hitting that bitch with the fire. Nash me, hitting that boy with the fire. Nigga didn't nourish me.
Alright, what's up guys? We're back. Today's gonna be a little bit of a shorter video. I just thought today would be a little simple discussion of 5 things I don't like about the Mustang. 5 things I think you guys should upgrade. Maybe I'll even include the stuff I mean, I do love this car, don't get me wrong, you know, but mostly I'm just trying to get into why there's still some things I don't like about this car, even after like a year and a half of owning it. So a little bit of updates. My fender, my driver fender, the one that I fucked up, it's coming pretty soon. It'll be here probably like February 1st to the 3rd. I'll give an intro on that. Also, my wife's car is almost done with her wrap. We brought it in Sunday, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna take like 2 weeks, because the guys I went through, let me see what they're called, because I will be shouting them out. They're pretty good. They did my wife's tint. They did really good. And how I know they're really good is because the guy called me when we took it in for the tint, and he said he was gonna be a bit longer because the windshield didn't come out to how he wanted it to be. So that's how I know they really take care of their people. So their page is called Kintsugi Garage. Yeah, please give them a follow. They're really cool people. But yeah, like I said, they're doing the wrap right now, and I thought it was gonna take 2 weeks. The guy straight up told me when I got there, he said he was gonna clean it up that day and he'll have it done by Thursday. So 2 more days. All right, but yeah, let's get into the video. Try not to get sidetracked. Yeah, these are 5 things I do not like about my 2014.
The bomb strapped to my chest.
About my 2014 Mustang. All right, bet. All right, so number 1, we're gonna get straight into this one, is the drive shaft. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have not have had problems with the drive shaft, but so the 2014 ones, I'm pretty sure it applies to the S197 5.0s, but like from 2011 to 2014. But my 2014 comes with a 2-piece drive shaft, and I hated it for 2 reasons. One was the vibrations. So I replaced it around let's say like 9 to 10 months ago, and the problems I was having was increased vibrations. Okay, what does that mean? So with the joint in the middle, I didn't realize the joint was bad, so it was not, the drive shaft was not spinning unanimously, and it was just causing so much it caused a little bit of like an unbalanced rattle in the car and like shaking, and that was getting annoying over the months. I had my mechanic, he fixed it. He switched it to a 1-piece aluminum drive shaft, and I've had like no problems with this new one. I loved it. And 2, this one's just a theoretical, but for me, I'm over here thinking with 2 pieces, I feel like there's gotta be like a power loss in between that, you know what I mean? Like from the start of the drive shaft all the way to the diff. Like there's no way the 2-piece delivers all that power. I feel like that's gotta mess with the power, like the full potential power a little bit. And I know there's power loss when it comes to, you know, from the engine all the way to the brakes. There's always gonna be a power loss, but I feel like the drive shaft just makes it lose a little bit more power. But yeah, those are my 2 problems with the drive shaft. Not a big issue. If you have the money, I only did it because mine was really messed up. But if any of you guys really think it's necessary for you guys to start doing it, if you guys have heard that vibrations and stuff, go ahead and change and fix that. For me, it did cost a little bit. I think the total to do it, along with the diff service, was $1,500, and that kind of took a bite at me. Even though I was kind of saving for a big fixing the car, but could be worse. But like I said, yeah, if you have that type of money to drop, or if you know someone that can do it for cheaper, go for it. Change that to a one-piece drive shaft. It'll run a lot smoother, at least from what I've experienced. Okay, number 2 is the trunk. I get it. This is a sports car. I understand that. And the thing is, I do have a lot of trunk space, but the issue I have is how inconvenient it is to place stuff in there sometimes. I'm talking about like the shape of the trunk. It's kind of like a T, and it's more narrow, or it's a smaller fit towards the middle. So it's kind of hard to fit big pieces in there. For example, like a TV. That was kind of my only issue. I couldn't really fit a big TV in there, as opposed to, like, let's say my wife's 440. It's kind of like a singular, unanimous shape. So if I wanted to fit that same TV in the trunk, it would be able to go into hers pretty well. And I know that sounds like a stupid thing to argue about, to complain about. I'm just saying that, just stuff that I didn't like about it. So, but trunk wise, yes, there is a lot of space for it, to fit a lot of stuff. Good grocery getter, except for the fact that I already have a bit of stuff in there, so that's on me. But if it were completely empty, pretty good trunk. It's just the shape, all right? Just a little small thing I wanted to, complain about. Okay, so number 3, the stock manifold. These, I understand as well that this is a Gen 1 Coyote, but oh my gosh, this manifold like sucks. I can't redline this thing to over like 7,200 RPM, and I feel like, if you have the money for it, just go ahead and get either. So what I've seen is people mainly go with the ported 18 manifold, and that dramatically gives you, increased horsepower. I'm not sure by how much, but I've seen theoreticals of like it could be up to 30 to 40 horsepower difference, and that's actually what's holding me back from being full bolt-on. I just need the manifold. I'm gonna go with the ported, and make sure to get it ported with it's called IRMC lockouts. You definitely want to get that those lockouts. So what the IRMCs are is in the manifold itself, there's flaps that are supposed to open with as a result of you pressing on your pedal. So with the IRMC lockouts, I'm not sure how they do it. I've seen some people do it with zip ties. That's not professional, by the way, but the people you buy it from, you can what they'll do is they'll use a device or a little piece of something that's gonna help those flaps stay open at all times, so you get a better throttle response. Gosh, yeah, it's supposed to help for when you get a better throttle response. And I definitely need to stay here. Oh my goodness. Traffic hour. Oh my goodness. But yeah, with these RMC lockouts, you'll get better throttle response. You'll see most of those horsepower gains. It's better in the long run. But with going full bolt-on, we're gonna tie into oil pump gears. Okay, this is a big one. So for me, what is also holding me back from getting that manifold is my tuner, Rob Shoemaker, by the way, shout out to him. He said that it's gonna be a hit or miss if I stay with the stock oil pump gears, or if I just go, like, let's say with MMR. There's some other brands out there that I want to take a look at. Some billet MMR or some billet oil pump gears that is kind of a weak point for the Mustang. Some people even gotten away with it going with boost. That is something I cannot afford to just forget about. So with oil pump gears, when you're revving so high and banging rev limiter for so long, the gears can literally just break. There's this test of the OEM ones versus the aftermarket ones, where they drop it at like chest height, and usually the Ford OEM oil pump gears tend to just shatter right then and there. So that's how you know they're really fragile. Mine obviously hasn't really cracked, otherwise I would have known after seeing it in the oil. But at the same time, I only have headers, exhaust, and intake, and I don't really bang the rev limiter too much, even when I'm, you know, putting some power on the car. So, but yeah. So yeah, if you have the money for it, before you go full bolt-on and boost it, please go ahead and get some oil pump gears. If you think you can get away with it, I mean, you know, go ahead. I just personally, I like to build things up correctly. And like I said, I don't have money to just drop on it messing up on me, because that would be a very bad day for me. So fifth one is the dashboard. Not just the dashboard, but like, you know, the dash and all that. I think it's a little outdated. Alright, hold on, we'll be back. I gotta get this coffee real quick. So the fifth one is the dash, you know, and the screen. It's a little outdated for me. I mean, I understand. It is a 2014. Come on, let's be real. I understand. But I mean, when you have the base version, it's kind of not what I wanted. Usually there's like more gate. Like I like the digital screen that's usually there. It's like a little small square screen. What I do like is the odometers and RPMs. I know this is supposed to be like a 50-year anniversary setup. So I do fuck with this. Don't get me wrong. This is fine. This is where I start to get a little bit. Oh yeah, don't mind that. That fell off like a week ago. But it just seems a little too simple, especially with it being a 2014. I feel like let's say for example the Camaro. Oh my gosh, if they could have the Camaro interior on the Mustang, that would just be swag. All right, I did not say swag. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old, man. I'm 22, but you youngins are gonna make fun of me. Anyways, if we could have the Camaro interior on the Mustang, that would be good. And then on top of that, I feel like, I don't know, I think they could upgrade it, you know. I have the cloth seats. I do have the base version, so yes, I know that could be switched up. And I do plan on getting some Recaro seats later, or some Corbo seats, because yeah, it's starting to get a little dull in here. I already worked on the outside, so I think it's time to fix on stuff on the inside. All right, I forgot to mention something. All right, let's get back into this. All right, so this is actually gonna be 6 things I don't like about my Mustang, okay? And this is a big one, big one that pisses me off every time, all right? So number 6 is the Coyote tick. Oh my gosh, does that thing piss me off with a passion. All right, so when I first bought it, I didn't hear it as much, okay? But over time, I started noticing that, you know, that slight tick, and I was like, I was overthinking the worst, you know? Actually, for starters, I heard a loud ticking, okay? And it was consistent. So I was starting to think it was something deep within the engine, all right? And I was like, damn, I just bought the car, I'm screwed. Turned out it was just a purge valve, okay? Earlier in an earlier video, oh my gosh. In an earlier video, I mentioned about my charcoal canister, the vent valve from it was melted into the exhaust. So in effect of that, that's what made my my purge valve up front tick a lot, because it was staying open. It wasn't, you know, alternating between closed and open, or open and closed. So that was causing it ticking. And when I found out that was solved, or when I found out was that, and we solved that problem, okay, Excuse me. Damn. Heartburn. After we solved that, the ticking went away for a while, okay? So I was like, oh, cool. We're fine. Nothing else is gonna cause problems. Then later down the road, started hearing the ticking. This is probably like 6 months into owning it, okay? Started hearing the ticking, and it was loud. It was so loud. Like, you could hear it from, let's say, 20 to 30 feet away, okay? And it was really loud. And I'm over here thinking the worst again. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm over here trying to defend Mustangs and Coyote engines, and people are just hearing that, and they think it's gonna blow. Look online, it's a Coyote tick, okay? And to this day, I still don't know what it is. If you guys can tell me, if you guys have more of a specific thing that you guys think that you might know about of what it is, please put it down in the description, because to this day, it still kind of like freaks me out that when I put in on the scanner and it says, oh, you have 0 codes, you know? And I don't believe that for a second because of that tick. And I understand it might be normal, even to the point where Ford says that they cannot do anything about it. And it's nothing to worry about. Well, motherfucker, that shit is so fucking loud that I'm over here thinking that a piston is just gonna fly through this fucking, or a rod is gonna fly through the block. So if you guys know of anything that's more specific as to what it is, just feel free to put it in the description. Am I gonna fix it? No. I just want to know if you guys have any theories on it. But yeah. So now we can cut the video, okay? Now we can put the outro. Those are my 6 reasons, all right? And yeah. I'll make a video on more reasons of why I love the car, okay? I have a lot more for that. There's more positive than negative, okay? Don't think this video was to make you guys not want to make you guys like come to the decision of maybe I shouldn't buy that 5.0. No, please get this 5.0. In the next video, I'm gonna show you guys why I will never get another American muscle car. Because I plan on boosting it. Okay, this is gonna sound pretty bad, but if I were to keep this for NA, you know, build it as much like max NA, I would have gone to Camaro. But for the simple reason that I cannot see out of that stupid Camaro, and yes, that did bother me a lot. I will never get a Camaro. But yeah, so I'll make a video of why you should buy a Mustang and stuff I really love about it, just so you guys can, you know, understand that this is still a really, really good car, okay? These are just a little couple things that bother me here and there. But yeah, so yeah, now thank you guys for watching the video, okay? And again, drive safe, may God be with you all. All right, bye.